Welcome to another edition of the Akashic Portal Weekly. We're looking at the week August 17th through the 23rd, 2020. Another intense week. We are definitely stripping away layers, skin, shedding skins every week, every month, every moon, like a snake, shedding skins to come to the core energy of who we are. I'm Jen Duchene, jenduchene.com. And I am using the Illuminating Journey cards that I created with the help of the Akashic Records. We do have a new moon this week on the 18th or 19th, depending where you live. So again, that burning that fire within us, burning the external without us, these core layers. If you think about it in terms of growth and of change, of removing the obstacles to us speaking out and being who we are and experiencing life how we experience it, as opposed to feeling very squashed and not being able to speak up. So this time is definitely encouraging us to speak out in whatever way speaks to us, and we probably find people around us who are speaking about things we don't agree with, that are firing us up, and then we're firing them up. So we have this cycle, or this reiteration, these figure eights of fire that are awakening us and moving us and shifting us and shoving us and creating a new mass consciousness within ourselves, which then impacts the external. I've already prepared the cards, so let's see what they have to say. So the first card is the Soul Portal number 15. And yes, I find that really interesting, that right now we're being called to our core desires, to the dreams that we wish to alchemize, the things that perhaps we have pushed to the back burner or said we're going to get to someday. Perhaps we've forgotten about them. There's definitely a calling to go back into our deeper parts of ourselves and find the things that really allow us to tap into the alchemy of who we are, the expression of who we are, the depths of our souls, the depths of our voices. There's a sense of magic in the air. It's the figure, if that's you, kind of observing, raising up what is sacred to you through your very consciousness, your awareness. It's like, let the dream, let the vision, let the knowing rise in front of me so I may know and connect. So what's so fascinating about what's coming through is this idea of not being so doing and making it happen, and I want that one and I want that to rise, but being a ready observer. So you're relaxed, you're very present, you're grounded, you're very in tune with this magical cave that you're in. You're vibrating at a high energy, and you're allowing these bubbles of light, these bubbles of awareness, of knowing, to just float up. You're just watching them, and you're ready. You're ready to follow that, the one that calls to you. You're ready to move through, out of the tunnel, in through the portals, out into the next level. So this is a sense of being at a crossroads, an awareness, like this is the moment that I must speak to, that I must raise my consciousness and come to awareness of who I am and what it is that I am giving voice to. What am I giving vibration to? What is the thing, the dream, the knowing, the activity that is sparking this energy within my being that is so glorious, so joyful, so all encompassing, that I must follow it, not like a helpless fool, but more like, like we are when we see a butterfly or a child following a butterfly. There's that joyful lightness that comes, like, yeah, this is what I want. oh, there's a wonder to it. It's not a sense of compulsion that, uh, you know, I don't have any say and I don't know who I am. It's definitely an awareness of beingness that is calling you into action. So this week is a fatal week, in a sense, that not fatal in the sense that you're going to die, but a part of you is dying. So it's this moment to take action or take leadership in a new way. Right? This is what I must follow. This is what is true to me. This is where I'm going. And then the card 2 is also a soul portal, and it's the number 18. So we started off with the 15, which is a 6, and now we're moving to an 18, which is a 9, a 6, 9. So the emotional numbers are calling us to recognize that we need to activate what is true, what we love, what we feel excited about, what feels true to us. So, you know, what I was talking about, those layers of the snake, stripping away, just becoming more and more kind of like, this is it, this is what it is, instead of following things that don't have meaning so we can distract ourselves. Or, you know, when we're in this time of COVID, we don't have all those distractions, the shopping, the, you know, those kind of things to go out and just enjoy ourselves. It's like, oh my God, what must I do to really feel that true joy? Because the world around me is shattering, it's falling apart, nothing is the way it was. What will give me that sense of joy? And that's this tapping into what is true for you. What is the route you must follow? Now is the time. So this card speaking not only to the 18 of the moon, the sense of water. We have a lot of water here, the flow of the pool. This is the water. You can say that this is the cave, and it's like extending out. This is another card that is considered connected to the Akashic records by many. The external, the coming out, the spiritual knowing, this tapping into kind of surrender. Who am I? What do I need? Show me the energies that I need to receive. Show me what it feels like to be me. What's my activity? What can I let go of? What must I just put to the side and kind of swim forward and allow water to fill me and just, you know, drop on my third eye and into my heart. So just like a cleansing. This is a time of great cleansing, a cleansing bath. It's like this card here is like a cleansing of the heart and like awareness. This is what I'm following. This is that next cleansing, the cleansing of the mind, just like letting go of that kind of egoic construct that forces us to behave in a certain way because people have expectations of us. And then the third card, very interesting, because this card has been showing up quite a bit lately for me and others. The tool, the divine line, which is the cell phone to the divine. So when a tool shows up, because this deck has, you know, soul portals, has numbers and tools, and when a tool shows up, the tool is designed to help us go to the places we need to go to and feel drawn to. Like, how do we get to, you know, kind of activate this or see the bubble and know what to follow? How do we get to this place where we're just allowing this water, this liquid to just flow around us, and we're letting go of the things we have cleaved to, that we have held on to because it felt so important. This is such a historic time we're in right now, because the experience we're having is not something that happens very often and very rare. So just understanding the effort it takes, right? And we know it because now we're in it. We can feel what it takes to change a whole way of being, to move between one age and the other. Is this breaking down, breaking apart? Everything is falling apart. And so when everything falls apart, we're being given the opportunity to, you know, find a new way, be caught in wonder for the thing that brings us true joy, that we will have passion enough to stay the course and do what we need to do because we believe in it. And we don't need to force others to come with us. We're just going, and whoever is, on our path, we will connect with them as we're going. And if they fall away, they fall away. But we just keep going. I was just watching this movie on YouTube called Finding Joe. I had no idea what it was, but I've seen it. It keeps showing up. So I watched it, and it's about Joseph Campbell, the person, this amazing man who was mystified or delighted by myths and studied myths and mythology and came up with the term of the hero's journey, recognizing that in all these cultures, all these stories and myths, that we follow a certain path. And so this is kind of that moment of the hero's journey, but it's not only us as individuals going, yeah, okay, I can't handle what I've been doing, I want to go different. We're all moving into this time of change, right? We're all moving into new stories, new myths, new creation. And so here we are looking at that. And what Joseph Campbell coined the phrase, taken from some Indian from India, myth or teaching, is follow your bliss. So he translated it to follow your bliss. And the way they talk about it is not doing, oh, I just want to do this and I'm just going to do it, who cares? It's no, you're so engaged and full of wonder that you follow that path. You're willing to go through all the steps that, dejection, boredom, anger, defeatism, just like what else is there, right? And you can just see that we're going like very quickly this year. We're moving through a kind of a speeded up version of the hero's journey, right? And it's like, okay, we got to do this stuff. So here we are deciding what, kind of choosing a path. This feels good. Now, it doesn't mean that thing isn't going to morph and change. It will. But it's having something that we follow. So instead of trying to find the perfect thing, but that's not perfect. Oh, it's missing this, it's missing that. It's just like that gels with me. I'm excited about it. I'm going to just follow that butterfly and come to that place of complete surrender and allow myself to be totally washed by the energy of the divine, by the truth of my being. And then here I have this. This is my guiding tool that I can connect to the divine and change up the way I connect. So even if you're very spiritual and you connect to the divine all the time, this is an invitation to connect in a different way, in a deeper way, in a more mischievous way, in a way of recognizing who you are. So instead of going, well, the divine is, above me and I don't want to be too presumptuous. It's like, no, get into the juiciness of what is possible. Get curious, create this relationship. And remember that when you have the cell phone to the divine, you have so many ways of connecting. And in fact, in the cell phone, it has a bunch of different opportunities: infuse, diffuse, eject, record. It's all those things. Leave a message. Do the thing you need to do, even if you don't know what it is. It's just like, how would you interact with something or someone that you really wanted to develop a relationship with, right? You wouldn't just kind of sit there waiting, will they call me? You kind of do things because you want them to know, I'm interested, I'm here, I need your help. Do you know anything about this? Let's talk about this. Let's go for coffee. So it's that idea of saying to the divine, I don't know what this is. I haven't been here before. Let's go for coffee. Why don't you just talk to me about some things? Tell me about myself. Tell me about life. Tell me why I'm so afraid to let go of what has been. Right? For many of us, there's a huge amount of fear in shifting from one way of being to another. It's the reason why we feel so uh, uh, thought, because we don't know what's happening. There's no guide post. There's no one telling us, go this way, this is what's going to happen, because everyone around us, nobody knows. Like, they're saying things, but we don't know who to follow and who to believe. So who knows the road and who can guide us is the energy of the divine, the sacred and open energies of what's available to us, to our beingness, our openness to the divine, our awareness of being human in this time, and that opening of the spiritual levels that we haven't climbed. It's like we've come to a staircase and here's this thing, or we've come to a place and we're going to plunge in. We don't know what it is. All we know is that we have this cell phone, and then we can call in and ask for help, or we can ask for an infusion, or just replay that. I don't know what you're saying. It's just coming to a place of just being very tactile with your life, with your experience, with your expression, just knowing, right? Moving from a place of nothing is possible, or I have to do it this way, to anything's possible. So what limitations am I going to create so I can move forward? So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have something you observed that I didn't talk about, I'd love to hear what it is. What landed for you? What did this make you feel or think of? Share with me in a comment. These cards are available at my website, jenduchene.com. I am, as always, wishing you love, so much love. Remembering the divine brings us the ability to love ourselves, our journey, this experience, with the glory, with the every and essence, every energy, every bit of our beingness, of feeling that we could feel love and feel held and know that we're not alone, even if it feels like it, even when people don't agree with us. Yes, so I will talk to you soon.